Hi, my name is Amy Papandreou. I'm one of the family law solicitors here at Southern Waters Legal. We are continuing this series to assist our clients given the ever-changing situation that is COVID-19. This video is prompted by some recent announcements by Gladys Berejiklian in relation to the arrangements for children going back to school next term. So Gladys Berejiklian has provided us with a little bit more guidance in terms of what's going to be happening, being that kids will be homeschooling for a period of 2 weeks and then going back to school for 1 day, and it's happening in somewhat of a staggered approach. So with that in mind, separated parents will likely have to have further discussions and come to an agreement as to what their parenting arrangements are going to be for the children during this time. We've already done a previous vlog as to how we suggest you come to an agreement and how you approach any discussions in relation to such agreements. But then what our clients have been asking that stems from that basically is what we do next. So our advice would be to document your agreement. And the way that you document your agreement can vary, and what's most suitable for you is going to be different for every family. So you can document that agreement fairly informally, which may be by way of text messages exchanged, emails, correspondence through your solicitors, something like that. Those documents can provide written evidence of what your agreement is, and it sets something down on paper for you. That can then provide you with something to reference if you ever come to a disagreement in future about what those arrangements are or what you agreed to. A step up from that would be a parenting plan. A parenting plan is an informal agreement drafted by your solicitor or sometimes a mediator or somebody like that. That parenting plan will often cater for various situations and include various clauses in relation to the time being spent, changeover and any ancillary clauses that might be required. That agreement is then signed by both parties and can be important to document your agreement. If you have proceedings on foot, a parenting plan can be good in evidencing what your agreement was, and again, it can provide both parties with reference as to what they've agreed to and a point to come back to as to that agreement. And then I guess a step up from that is consent orders. So consent orders are again prepared by a solicitor. They have to be agreed to by both parties and they document that agreement. They cater for a variety of different situations and provide all of those clauses that I mentioned in terms of a parenting plan, such as changeover, what the time is, and any ancillary clauses. But importantly, once consent orders are completed and signed by both parties, they're then sent to the court and filed. The court then will stamp the orders, and both parties generally aren't actually required to attend the court for a hearing or actually go to the court in person, but the court will make those orders, and those orders are then binding upon both parties. So unlike a parenting plan, which is non-binding, consent orders are enforceable by the court. So a parenting plan may provide you with a little bit more flexibility, whereas consent orders are a little bit more set in stone, but also do provide you with that enforcement mechanism. Or otherwise, just having correspondence going back and forth can be a way that you document your agreement. So there's a few different options there. They all vary in terms of their flexibility, and what suits you is going to be different basically for each family. Everyone's different, and it can often vary, and what's most suitable for you can often just depend on the level of animosity between the two parents. So it's going to be different for everyone. If you want some advice about what we would recommend in your circumstances, or if you require some assistance in drafting those documents, we encourage you to reach out to us. They can be drafted fairly quickly and can be suited completely to your own needs. So if you have any questions about that, we encourage you to reach out to us. And otherwise, we wish you luck in coming to agreement in this particularly difficult time for separated parents.